Okay, the next row.
Hello, my name is Lucas Herndon. I'm a resident of District 2 here in Las Cruces. Last month, I came to City Hall to cover the scheduled vote on the resolution before this body calling for a ceasefire in Gaza, restoration of UN funding and humanitarian aid access, ending attacks on Palestinians by colonizers in the West Bank, and ending funding and weapons transfers to Israel by our federal government. Because I was here for work, I had not planned on speaking that day, but being here now, let me say that I unequivocally support that measure. I stand with the people of Palestine on the sole idea that they have the right to exist, a right to have a home. But what needs to be said here today is that I have worked in political communication over a decade in this state, and what happened last month only has one interpretation, that this council, with exceptions for Councilor Coran and Mayor Pro Tem Bencomo, were so swayed by whatever propaganda, fear, or simple laziness that rather than execute their job as representatives of the people of this city and facilitating a conversation before voting on that resolution, they manipulated parliamentary procedure to remove the resolution before the body. I make a living out of calling out elected officials across the state for impeding the progress of everyday New Mexicans. And while I may not be here for work today, it would violate my own core principles to not call out this extreme miscarriage of so-called democracy. While it seems fairly clear how the body might have voted on that resolution itself, at least we would have known where you stood when it comes to supporting the basic human rights of an entire people. But as it stands now, I and anyone watching can only assume that your stance is acquiescence, that you are fine with 40,000 dead human beings as long as you don't have to suffer the potential angry emails or mean Facebook comments that might follow should you have stood in support. When I say end the genocide in Gaza, I am just another voice in the statistical majority of Americans. However, what you said, or maybe more specifically didn't say, as a collective body rings out much louder into the broader narrative. I am not a religious person, but I was raised in the Christian faith. In Revelation chapter 13, the writer counsels the church, I know your deeds, that you are neither cold nor hot. I wish you were either one or the other. Because you are lukewarm, I am about to spit you out of my mouth. I do not know what could be more important than discussing the ongoing genocide of an entire segment of the human population. That you are lukewarm towards that, even talking about it? Well, as the writer said,